Hello folks, we are of course back with a little bit more Khazan today. I apologise for previously saying we would try one Khazan video a week and then missing last week's episode, but there really hasn't been all that much going on, so I decided to just give it 2 weeks instead. Anyway, I'll start by briefly explaining where we're at and then going from there. Back in March, Khazan did release, most players really enjoying the game, however it didn't do terribly well in regards to sales. From March through till June, the developers dropped the patch almost every 2 weeks, fixing a ton of major/minor issues, making some very hefty gameplay changes, and adding in a ton of quality of life also, with a little bit of additional content being added in along the way, such as the boss rush modes and female character model for Khazan. Now, it should be stated that during this time period, a lot of us Khazan fans had never seen anything like it. The rate at which patches were being churned out and just how ram-packed they all were, oftentimes taking me between 10 to 20 minutes to cover the entire patch notes, with one patch in particular taking me a combined 40-something minutes to cover with 2 separate videos. So the first takeaway would be hats off to Neepal for the unprecedented efforts post-launch, and the other takeaway would be we shouldn't expect too much of the same moving forward. Since June, we have received only one single major update, which was released on the 24th of July, almost a full month ago. Now, to add to all of this, almost every single update to this point has also provided a rough outline of future updates and/or when we can likely expect them. However, with the last update we received, this was not the case. Adding to all of this that the earlier patch notes and updates would be presented by Sir Junho Lee himself, the Commander-in-Chief over at Neepal. However, this has since stopped being a thing, and there were also avenues on the official Khazan Discord to communicate and chat with the devs themselves that has since temporarily stopped. And now folks, we have officially entered into the Dark Zone. I don't so much know what happens from here on out. I've been saying it could be good or it could be bad, but with time, the more I do think about this, the more hopeful I do become. Neepal have performed very well since launch, only making 1 or 2 subjective mistakes along the way, but ultimately they have shown they truly care about their games and its fans. Additionally, when they announced that Khazan had underperformed in sales compared to what they had expected, they still said that they do consider it a success, given how much fans have liked it and how much attention it has brought to the DNF franchise overall. So with this said, I am leaning slightly more towards Neepal stepping away so they can work on more, as opposed to them stepping away to reevaluate the entire endeavour. I do happen to be in one of the best positions to report on this, given I have covered the game for nearly 6 months straight at this point, and I will say it has been incredibly difficult to track down any information just recently. I've checked socials, official websites, quarterly reports, etc., and I can't find a single shred of information regarding the inner goings on at the moment. It would appear everyone is busy working. This kind of makes sense, given Neepal are responsible for a lot more than just Khazan, with the likes of MapleStory having existed over 20 years at this point, so I honestly cannot say with any certainty what happens next. I will be posting to the official Discord in hopes for some semblance of an answer to these questions, but given the direct devcoms have been quote-unquote temporarily removed, I don't know if this post will be fruitful or not. We will just have to wait and see. In some other news, I did stumble across a couple of interesting bits and bobs here and there regarding Khazan as a whole. More or less, we have this post made to the official Khazan subreddit titled Junho Lee, Creative Director. Finally got the figurines I sent him, so now I'm sharing them with you all. I sent him a care package back in May with a custom Khazan figurine, but I included Danjin and about 70 glow-in-the-dark Jarlings by accident. Hope you all like them. Armour is the Fallen General set, and the weapon is the Claw Slit dual wield. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself, and given everything we do know about Sir Junho Lee thus far, I'd say few developers are more deserving. I asked OP if I could feature this in today's video along with plugging their Etsy page, which is Game Art For You, which I'll naturally leave linked in the description below. It focuses primarily on Monster Hunter and Khazan, but there is plenty of customization available, and the finished product does look very good. This will mainly be for those who like this type of thing already. It's not a sponsor, just me sharing some attention to what I think is a very genuine and unique service. So do feel free to go check it out, folks. Anyway, that is about all I have for today's video. Until we do have more information to report on, I will refrain from rehashing the same old content and information for Khazan. I'll do my best to keep it fresh, but if it can't be done, then the next video will likely just have to wait. I am of course covering Wu Chang as well as Hal Is Us and Where Winds Meet. For the Where Winds Meet fans, we do have an announcement trailer coming tomorrow, which will include the launch date and possibly even the announcement of an open beta sometime between now and launch. So I'll be back tomorrow with all the information on that. I do of course have a range of guides and news videos on the channel already, so do feel free to stop on by and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching folks, And until next time, peace.